Hi, my name is Amy. Thank you very much for watching, and let's make some bad financial decisions together. This is for entertainment purposes only, so if you are entertained, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. So, the tactical stock scalper asked this question today, and I thought it was an interesting one. Is the golden age over for YieldMax? And I think, for the most part, that the sentiment of us retail traders has shifted greatly, and it's because the market is down. So, and we always knew that YieldMax was going to kind of suck because it doesn't have any downside protection in a bear market. So, this is just like a period of time where no one has seen how YieldMax performs. So, is it over? I mean, kind of for now. But it's still one of the best options for us to receive an income, which is why you should be investing in income ETFs. If you don't need income, don't invest in income ETFs. And it's becoming very apparent that just running your own options is much more profitable than being in any of these high income ETFs. However, there's a lack of skill and capital, and it's okay to pay someone to do something that you don't want to do. So I think that even in a down market, you might be pleasantly surprised because of the dividends or the distributions. When you reinvest a portion of them, it'll lower your cost basis. And then the next time that there's a bull run, if you believe that YieldMax can move with the underlying, then if your cost basis is lower, then you'll be in a good position in 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now. So that's why I'm not too concerned about price fluctuations. When YieldMax was first introduced and they were getting capped a lot, they hadn't changed their prospectus yet to be able to do call spread. So my hope is that if there's ever a really crazy run up, that they'll use it in those emergency situations so that we don't get capped as hard as fast. And even if it doesn't recover to today's prices for a really long time, I do believe that some of these have proven that they can recover in their own right. So that's why I'm not afraid to keep investing in Misty, even though I really have been excited about MSTU, and I believe there's going to be a crypto winter pretty soon. It's coming up, or we're in it, I don't know. But I'm not staying away from Bitcoin during the winter. No, I'm going to accumulate it when it is cheaper. And so, like, with this correction that we just had, if I hadn't had too much margin, I would have been buying so much, because this is the time to get in when it's going down and it doesn't feel so good. But that's just one of the consequences of me having a riskier account. Basically, I'm not going to be able to use margin because I'm doing a lot of 200% yield stuff, which, if I'm earning a 200% yield, do I even need margin? This is philosophical questions that we could answer later. But I think for me, I really do like these for the partial, these are for things that I cannot focus on. I can only focus on so many things. And also, they're a fractional covered call, so if I can't afford the 100 shares, and I need the income, then why not invest in YieldMax and get a distribution? And when you have saved enough to buy the underlying 100 shares, then you can convert it and then do either a leap or a regular dividend meal. But if you don't need the income during correction, I actually lean more towards just investing in the underlying or the leveraged version of the underlying, because that way when the bull run happens, I'm not capped at all. And then if I have more money, I can just invest in the high income ETFs or run my own options. But I don't think that people should be staying away from YieldMax during these tough times, because when you pay less for it than when times are good, you'll have relatively higher distribution. So, and even if you got in earlier, like Nvidia, you either have house money or you're getting close to house money. And so, if you want to take a portion of your distributions and invest and lower your cost basis, then when Nvidia runs back up, you'll have profit and your distributions. One thing I kind of disagree with is when people say when the price of the ETF goes down, your distribution proportionally also goes down, which is true if the amount that's distributed is a constant. But it's possible that the price will go down in the underlying, but the implied volatility goes up, so the premiums that YieldMax got would increase. And so, for example, we'll use XDTE as an example. They usually have a 25% yield, but when the market tanks, the price of XDTE goes down, but they got more premiums, so you might get a 60% yield. So you'll have more money even though the price went down, but it goes down proportionate to the amount that the underlying went down. And it's just a shame that there's not two prices, one that is the premium price and one that's the base of the ETF. It all comes out of the same bucket whenever there's a distribution. So, in conclusion, I kind of don't care if the golden age is over. I'm still going to utilize high income ETFs for income when I can't afford to get 100% of those shares. And I'm going to continue to buy into the things that I have conviction on during the bear market, so that my cost basis will be lower, so that when there is a next bull run and it does move with the underlying, then I'll be in a pretty good position. So I'm not skilled enough to be able to scalp or really do leverage stuff, but consistently buying into a fund, getting larger distributions, that is something within my skill set. So what do you think? And if you want, you can go to Tactical Stack Scalper and answer that with him too. So let's talk a little bit about YieldMight. No, I haven't gotten a chance to update the Defiance weekly ones, but I will do that before Monday. But if you have an investment amount that you want, so say I have $683 to invest this time. For this distribution for Ulti, you would have $10.43. And for YBTC, you would have $9.59, and for LFGY, you would have $8.76. And then I also have it for monthly and annually. That way, when you're looking at the different groups that YieldMax and Curve has, and comparing that to the monthlies, I just wanted to be able to compare the same numbers. And this is based off of the latest distribution I've recorded with the price that it had at the time. So I was looking at YBTC today. I don't talk about it much because, Misty is a leverage version of Bitcoin, and I've been having a lot of fun with that. But I'm of the mindset, have a split mind of like, maybe it would be good to diversify outside of MicroStrategy, and then also maybe you don't need to be in any more crypto focused ETFs right now. So I do have that moratorium on myself of just not doing anything to my portfolio for the next week or so. So I have time to think it over. But it is exciting that the Bitcoin ETFs are still distributing so much. And then it really has been a while since I have talked about financial philharmonics. There was a few days there where I did not upload anything. I was making some music, but I was just getting back into the groove where the first 4 days of bottle feeding is really intense. You have to feed them every other hour. And then, but the bottle babies were doing good, and the injured one was doing good. And then I was literally I made that advanced feature for YieldMight, and then I got another bottle baby. And so this bottle baby has also survived, and she will be joining the others in the shed tomorrow. So that means that I can feed them every 6 hours and not really during the middle of the night. So I should be able to sleep and have more time in the evenings, and just overall be not a zombie. But lately it's all about the copium. I was inspired by It's All About the Pentiums. So just how do you cope with the down market? And then Dancing in the Bull Run is a kind of a sad song for just reflecting on how we felt during the bull run. And then No Chill is I invested in VU, but I still have no chill. So I was on Reddit and someone said that. I thought it was hilarious. And then Grown Trader is an Afrobeat pop song, and basically I'm going to invest with how I want and just using my own judgment and my own theses and thesis, just not plural theses, whatever, it's fine. But yeah, I sometimes we just have to say that out loud and take ownership of what we're doing. So that's what's been up with Financial Philharmonics, between keeping beings alive and my work, where on Monday both my boss and a really important coworker was out of the office. I was trying to help my other coworker, and the my other coworker wound up getting fired for trying to do his job. So that was pretty stressful this week. And the project that we got assigned after our project got deprioritized also got deprioritized. So we've been scrambling with organizing what we're even going to be doing to stay employed. So that's been fun on all the sleep deprivation. So I am keeping up with bad financial decisions. Hopefully you all are still enjoying the lambs. If not, you'll be happy to know that they'll only be in my yard for like another month or so. So as I'm weaning them off of milk, maybe I'll wean you all off of lambs and just maybe put it at the end. But I kind of feel like a lot of you would be perfectly happy if I just made every video about me feeding the sheep and talking about whatever. So, I'm open to whatever, but we're actually not going to be breeding. We only breed the sheep once per year, but we're not breeding them next year, so it'll be 2 years from now before we even have a possibility of having more bottle babies. But yeah, this is my first experience with sheep, and I'm so tired. So, but it'll get better because I don't think we have any more pregnant ewes, so there's no more possibilities for bottle babies for this year, and they're all growing up so fast. So thank you all for sticking with me and the support. And what do you think? Do you think that there'll be a big shift in the attitude towards YieldMax, even more than it already has? Or do you think that we should just kind of keep investing through the tough times, and once we get on to the other side, we'll be happy that we stuck with it? So I'll talk to you all later. Bye.